Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You are watching Live with LWL Lindsay with Love, and today is Monday, June 9th, 2025. Oh my gosh, we are almost halfway through 2025. I think it's a beautiful time to talk about time. Why? Because we're halfway through the year almost. What have you done with your time? Are you floating by, or are you actually moving and grooving, making serious moves in your life to step into the reality that you actually want to live? Or are you complaining, wasting time, wasting energy, doing absolutely nothing? We're going to talk about it today. If you are new here, hello and welcome. I am here to help transform as many lives as possible. It is my sole mission on this planet at this time. And I do that by reminding you how energetically powerful you really are. You are a spiritual being that is here to manifest your best reality. And you do that by understanding your own energy. Simply involves releasing some limiting beliefs and reprogramming your subconscious mind to succeed so you can actually manifest it all. If you plan on sticking around, can you triple tap, quadruple tap the screen for me 1 billion times over, letting TikTok know and my 43,000 almost followers know, holy shit. Yes, I did that. Yes, I built this. Triple tap and let them know I'm live. Okay, so let's get into it. Good morning, VIP Deborah is in the house. Some of my people are here. I told you guys inside of the Cosmic Collective, I said, I will be on time moving forward inside of my community, on YouTube, on TikTok. So the show starts at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time moving forward. It's important to me because I don't want to lie to myself. I want to be on time specifically for you. So that's what we're doing. Katie, welcome to the show. Thank you for the likes. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Holding it at the top, letting it go out of the mouth. On a Monday, you guys, let's do the dang thing. VIP Deborah says, you're so very proud of me. Well, I'm proud of me too. I'm not going to lie. I am proud of me. Because I was like, okay, if I start getting ready at this time, then I'll be on time. What is time anyway? What is time? We're going to talk about it today. I've got to close these blinds ever so slightly because it's just perfectly in my eyeballs. There we go. Good morning. VIP Catherine is in the house. All right, let's go, you guys. So originally I was thinking to call this episode something about managing time because that's what I was listening to this morning. Good morning, Sarah on YouTube. But then I was like, that's kind of boring. Like, we don't need another time management hack because there is no such thing as time. So it's kind of silly to be talking about time management. Why not talk about flow state instead? How to get into flow state, what to do once you're in flow state, how to activate it like that. I can activate flow state so easily. In fact, I was sitting here yesterday trying my best to catch up on all of my filming that I missed the last week with my family visiting. And I looked at my partner in that door over there and he was like, I'm going to do da 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 da. And I looked at him and I said, I'm going into flow state, which means do not interrupt me. When you interrupt me, I bounce out of flow state and I have to re-engage into flow state. So I'm going in right now. So please go be quiet over there and I will come out when I'm done. And like a text message is not going to be helpful because I'm filming and so I can see the text message notifications coming through. So like, please don't text me, please don't call me, please don't be as quiet as a mouse if you can. And he was like, I've got this. VIP Catherine says, TikTok still doesn't want to show you our live until you are already going. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Good morning, Alala, welcome to the show. I don't know, TikTok has crazy rules, I guess. I don't know, but I'm here, I'm live, and I made it at 9 a.m. exactly. And in fact, I started messing with this because I don't like this background. And it used to be that I could download it transparent background and it looked much more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. And I was like, no, Lindsay, you are not messing with this right now. Why? Because you promised people you would be on time and you promised yourself. So show up for yourself. Annette Must Love Travel, welcome to the chat. Thank you for being here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So we're going to talk a little bit about time, and I was listening to Jim Rohn this morning. He says that he gives all these like tricks to manage it. Back in the day, maybe this was just me and like my friends. I'm a millennial, by the way. So like back in the day when Beyonce was like the if you like it then you should have put a ring on it, when that song came out, everyone was like so obsessed with Beyonce. I feel like maybe people don't care anymore, but maybe people still are. I'm not, but everyone was like really into her. And people would say like, if Beyonce can do it, like if Beyonce can look like that and produce all this music and like do all the things, then I must be able to too, because Beyonce and I have the same amount of time. Do you guys was that a thing for you guys at all? I just remember people being like, if Beyonce can do it, I should be able to. I'm like, well, she has a nutritionist, she has many coaches, right? Like, okay, sure. And then the other day, Jim Rohn said that everybody has one resource in common that is equal across the board, which is time. And I'm still like, no, that is not true. That is actually not true, because you can bend time. Anybody? I know there's some time benders in the comment section. If you want to call yourself out as a time bender, let me know. I know that you're here hanging out with me because you're inside of the Cosmic Collective and you figured it out, right? So let's talk about how to actually bend time. Because if we think about like the Bible, right? And I'm not going to talk religion today. I don't ever talk religion. I talk energy. But the Bible has people living hundreds of years. Hundreds and hundreds, 500, 600 years. I'm like, well, shit. How, right? How did they do that? Well, if energy never dies, then technically we're living forever, right? VIP Deborah says, got it. Good morning, VIP Mel L in the house. And so Jim says, well, why not us? Why can't we live longer? Well, we can, I think. I think people will start living much longer with like technology and medical advances. I have a feeling I'm going to live very long. I don't know. I just have that feeling. Maybe because I have so many creative ideas in my brain that like I really want to live really long because I have like so many things I want to do in this lifetime. Who knows? But Jim Rohn, in this conversation, he quotes a man named Bill Bailey. I don't know who Bill Bailey is, and I did not look him up. But Bill Bailey says, life is not just the passing of time. He says, life is a collection of experiences, their frequency and their intensity. VIP Mel L says, I'm living to 125. Yeah, I feel like 120 is in my brain too. I don't know why. My grandma's 92 already. Yep, already know I'm going to be here at least until I'm 108. Yeah, see, isn't that interesting? Lala says, OMG, Dee's birthday is Wednesday, license day, graduation this week, moving on to senior year. Ooh, how exciting, Lala. I love that. Congratulations to him. So if we take this example of life is not just the passing of time, it is a collection of experiences, and these experiences really depend on like your frequency and your intensity. He then asks, how many lives have you lived in this lifetime already? He goes on to say, one of his friends passed away at the age of 44, and somebody commented, oh, that is way too young to go. And he said, how do you know? How do you know how many lives he's already lived? When I think about my life, I feel like I've lived like at least 10 lives already. Does anybody else have that feeling? Not that like I've been in a different body. Like I do believe I have past lives. I think everybody does. I'm talking Lindsay in this body with this red hair, with these blue eyes. This Lindsay has already lived multiple lives. Anybody? Does anybody else feel that way? I'm sure people do. Maybe they don't articulate it. Maybe they don't talk about it, but I'm sure people do. VIP Catherine says, I'm like a cat. I've lived 8 already. Yeah. You go through like really intense experiences, and sometimes those intense experiences traumatically or drastically change your frequency. And I think anytime you change into a frequency, you have basically entered into a new life. Anybody? That's how I feel. Like there is Lindsay, Lala, I have not been in my robe in months. Where have you been? She says, I definitely have lived a few. Yeah. Like I've lived Lindsay growing up in my rural community. I've lived Lindsay going to college 3 hours away, knowing nobody except for a few people from my school, like building a whole life there. Lindsay who moved for a little bit and lived with her cousin. Lindsay who moved to California on a whim. Lindsay who lived in Las Vegas. Lindsay who worked in fashion. Lindsay who didn't work in fashion. Lindsay who, you know, it's just like goes on and on and on and on and on. VIP Catherine says, I've become a new person with each transformation. Sorry, it's been busy. That's okay, Lala. That's okay. VIP Jamie, welcome to the show. Yeah, I haven't worn my robe in a long time. Like months, I think, at this point. VIP Brenda is in the house. Lala, you don't have to apologize. You don't have to apologize. Good morning, Bex. Good morning, Bex. So how many lives have you already lived? Based on the frequency and intensity. When he says frequency, he's not talking time, you guys. When he, oh, thank you for that. I was wondering what that looked like. Hello, Bex. Thank you for the rainbow mini star. When he says frequency, he's talking about the vibration of the experience, right? The vibration of the experience. So he goes on to say, we're going to talk a little bit about time management, but then we're going to go on to like the energetics of it all, because that's what I love. He says, when should you start the day? Oh, VIP Deborah, thank you for the mini rainbow star. What is it? A mini star rainbow. Super cute. It reminds me of like a cartoon. Anybody? I don't know what it is. Reading Rainbow or something? I don't know, I'm going into like the archives of my mind, my memory. Was it like, it's like Reading Rainbow and it's like, is that it? Yes? Okay, thank you. I'm like, I know there's millennials in the house, so I'm like, somebody help me here. Okay. When should you start the day? He says as soon as you have finished it. Now, like, wait, what? As soon as I finished it, what does that even mean? Like, literally, what does that mean? He means you should start the day as soon as you've mapped it out on a piece of paper. When should you start the week? When you've mapped it out on a piece of paper. When should you start the month? Same thing. When should you start the year? A little bit trickier because you're not going to go like minute by minute, but you are going to go maybe month by month or like overarching large goals, and you should write them down. That's what he means. Let me give myself some sunlight. It's so hard. It's like the sun is hitting me right in my eyeballs, but then like I feel like it's dark. Inspiring aura, healing, and growth. Welcome to the show. Thank you for the follow. You found me on my For You page. I love that. Reminds me of Care Bears. I was wondering if it was Care Bears too, Mel Al, but I didn't watch a lot of Care Bears when I was little, so I was like, maybe that's what it is. Love my nails. Thank you. I just got them redone. My toes are this bright orange called Tangerine 2. And so thank you for that. And I wore my little crochet top. I made this with my own 2 hands. Life is good. Life is good. Okay, let's keep going, you guys. So he basically says, please like write down what it is you desire to create. Why? Because Rainbow Bright, maybe, yeah. Oh, I think Rainbow Bright was like a little like Etch-a-Sketch type thing with pegs. Oh my gosh, this is so wild. Love it, elevated French. Go on, Lindsay. Okay, so writing down your week, writing down your day will help you really start to bend time. You don't have 24 hours in the day. Time is a man-made construct. You have an energetic flow state. And once you can tap into your energetic flow state, which is not hard to do, it is not hard to do. So please take this idea that it's hard out of your brain. It's not hard to do. You will start to win at life, and you become so powerful because you never have to make another decision. I mean, maybe you make a couple of decisions, but realistically speaking, like you are tapped in and your higher self is like, do this, do this, do this. And it's just this like snowball effect. Light bright? Yeah, I have no idea. They all sound very similar and they all are in my brain. There's like a star. And then there's another thing I played with when I was little where it was like putting light pegs into like a thing and you create a drawing. I loved that thing. I don't know what it was, but I had it at my babysitter's house. And me and my childhood friend Matthew would play it all the time. We were really into it. Okay, so how to get into flow state. Step 1, awareness. How do you become more aware of yourself? Well, journaling is a really powerful thing. Like the one thing that I did to get super aware of myself, first starting off in my journey when I was awakened in 2019, was I bought a random ass journal on Amazon. It was like self-reflection journal and it had a cute cover. And in fact, I think I still have it here. Let me see if I have it. Because I just like to show like what I did. I know I have it. Maybe it's not here. This is not the one. This is not the one. I got this as a gift, but it was something like this, an inspired life. And then it was just like journal prompts, like prompts. And I just wrote. And I should go back and like rewrite, like do a new date and start writing. So just buy or like Google some journal prompts, like journal prompts for self-awareness. That's what I would Google if I was doing this again, if I didn't want to buy something and I just wanted to get something free off the internet. And what happens is you start to learn about yourself by journaling. And it would be even more powerful if you were to do a little bit of meditation before you started journaling and then let your hand just flow. It's called automatic writing, and you can tap in and just like let the pen to paper go. Automatic writing is also technically a flow state, right? It's technically a flow state. So you get into this flow state by building your own awareness. And this is at the beginning, right? When you're just starting to practice. Now, when you're like on command flow state, there's other things you can do. But like when you're just starting out, learn who you are, become very aware of your energy. Because flow state is not about like, at this hour I do this, and at this hour I do this, and at this time I do this. It's about like my energy is telling me to do this. My higher self is telling me to do this next. Energetically, I feel a little bit tired, so I'm gonna take a rest. And now I have a big burst of energy, so I'm gonna put all things aside and just start typing or whatever it is you're trying to do. I've got a flash goal. You guys wanna play? Let's play. Let's see what it is. 10 gifters send United Heart to my live in 15 minutes. All right, well, let's see. Why not? Always love a little flash goal. All right, you guys. So thank you, VIP Jamie. Oh, how cute. Oh my gosh. Thank you for this flash goal TikTok. That is so cute. I'll have to remember that one. So you set up an awareness of yourself. You can learn or you can study yourself by observing yourself from above. You can tap into your awareness by listening to only certain sounds. Say you're outside near, say you're in the in nature and you're sitting by like a waterfall. This is very like ethereal type vibes. But you're by a waterfall, maybe you just went on a hike, at the end is a waterfall. And you're there and you can hear the crashing of the water into like the pond below. And you hear some birds chirping, and it's windy, so you hear some leaves rustling, and there's other people around you that have hiked there as well, so you can hear them talking a little bit. You pick one thing to focus on. Likely not the people talking, because that's kind of like eavesdropping, but just pick like just hearing the water splash, or just hearing that certain bird, tweet, 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 right? That's how you build your awareness, and it's really fast and it's really easy to do. So you tap in, you tap in, you tap in, build your awareness, and then you'll know when flow state is about to hit you. Like, you'll know that like all of a sudden you're just fully immersed. It's like nothing else is around you. You don't have a sense of people coming and going. You don't have a sense of like hearing anything. It kind of like blinders on. VIP Mel L, thank you for the United Hearts. Those are so freaking cute. You have like blinders on and you're just like working or whatever it is. Painting. I don't know, whatever your art is. You're creating. You could get into flow state even like when you're exercising. I'm sure a lot of people do. You can get into flow state. Obviously, like there's yoga flows. Like that's the whole point. It's like breath in, breath out. Go, go. Move the body, right? Lala says, what thoughts dominate my mind most days? Wait, what do you mean by that, Lala? VIP Deborah says, it just flowed automatically. I just kept moving and it automatically came. It's beautiful. Yeah, so once you build an awareness and you start to build a connection with your higher self, life becomes pretty simple. So how do you build a connection with your higher self? Well, you've got to say hello, right? You've got to say hello. Once you say hello, the higher self is going to say hello back. Try it now. Say hi to your higher self. Hey, higher self, Lindsay, you're awesome. I talk to my higher self all day, every day. Why? Because my higher self is guiding me every day. My higher self is way smarter than the physical Lindsay. And so I get the messages from my higher self. This is what you do next. This is what you do next. This is what you do next. Right? Lately I started writing emails almost every day to my email newsletter. It came out of nowhere. One day I just felt very inspired to do it. My higher self was like, do this. And then my friend texted me this weekend, who I didn't even know she was on my email list, by the way. And she was like, I really am enjoying reading your emails. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you for that. Like, thank you for the confirmation. It was really sweet. Sid says, hi, Lindsay. I want to join your community, but I don't know why. I don't seem to have a goal. Well, maybe that's why you want to join my community. Because maybe you feel a little bit like, what am I doing here? And I'll help you uncover that for yourself, right? It is a cosmic, VIP Jamie, I love that. It's life-changing. It is a space where you are going to get radically cool with yourself in a way that is like, I am so unbothered that I will go create my best reality. And I'm not liking other people because I don't really care what anyone thinks of me, right? However, I love all people, because I know that if I have hatred in my heart for anybody, I can't love myself fully, and I know I have to love myself fully in order to create my best reality, right? And so I love all people. I can understand and see why people choose the way they choose, why they do what they do, and I can let it not get to me. I see that everybody's on their own path toward their own self and soul fulfillment, right? So Sid, why not just give it a try? Annette Must Love Travel says, Sid, I'm the same way. Yeah, you know what? It's not a bad thing to feel a little bit lost or like you don't know what you're doing, right? Because that isn't, it's like an open, it's like a blank slate, a new page, a new chapter. It's blank. You get to write it however you want. But a lot of the times we don't know how we want to write it because there's so many choices. And then we think, well, what if we make the wrong choice? But there's no such thing as a wrong choice, right? So Annette and Sid, I would love to have you inside of the Cosmic Collective, but please follow your own intuition. There is no pressure. Amber, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. VIP Catherine says, that's what I'm learning, to let go of that empathy for others when it's too much for me. You can, so there is a difference, right? You can sympathize with somebody, right? No, wait. Yeah, sympathize. I can sympathize with somebody going through a struggle because I've been through my own struggles. I'm not going to compare my struggle with somebody else's because who knows how they affected us both emotionally. All I know is I've been through struggles, right? And so I can sympathize with somebody, but the empathy part is when you're taking on those emotions as your own. And for people that are very empathetic, that is very depleting for their manifesting power, right? So VIP Catherine, what you're learning to do is sympathize with other people without taking on their emotions. And it's likely because you've learned how to shield your energy. You're aware now, is this my feeling or is this somebody else's? Good morning, VIP Jewels. Welcome to the show. I love humans. I had such an interesting interaction this week at the nail salon. I was sitting there, a woman was sitting next to me, and she had just sat down in the pedicure station, so I was like sharing my color books with her because I had a bunch of them, and I was like, do you want to see the colors? And she's like, yeah. So we were kind of chit-chatting here and there, and she was super sweet, and we were talking about the colors we chose, and she chose this really pretty light pink for her toes, and it was just so beautiful against her skin tone, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that pink looks so perfect on you. And she was like, yeah. She's like, I actually hate the color pink. And I was like, what? I had pink on my nails still at the time because I hadn't gone to get my nails done yet. I was still getting my toes done. And she was like, I hate the color pink. And I was like, really? I was like, I love the color pink. And she's like, yeah, when I was little, my mom had everything pink. My room was pink, my clothes were pink, my hair bows were pink, my shoes were pink, the comforter was pink. She said everything was pink, and it drove me nuts. And I was like, that is very interesting, because when I was little, I was told redheads couldn't wear pink. We couldn't wear red, we couldn't wear pink, orange, yellow, not our colors. So as I grew up and realized that these societal rules are bullshit, I started wearing all the pink. Everything is pink. And so we were laughing at like our like beautifully, perfectly, energetically exchanged like childhood trauma around colors of all things. And I looked at her, I go, girl, don't let a color ruin your life. And she laughed at me. She was like, yeah, that's crazy. And I was like, it's crazy, right? Anyway, I just remembered that story I wanted to share with you guys. We're supposed to be talking about energy and how to ditch time, but let's get back onto the conversation. Let's see. Good morning, VIP Jewels in the house. VIP Jamie says, it's so hard to VIP Catherine. Exactly, switching it from empathy to sympathy. Amen to that. VIP Catherine says to VIP Jamie, not hard, my friend, just an opportunity for our souls to grow. Amen to that. VIP Jamie says to VIP Catherine, being empathetic without torturing yourself is hard sometimes. Love it. Annette says, beautifully said. Catherine says to Jamie, it's a skill that we have to learn. Never forget, we're here to learn a lesson. Yeah. And VIP Jamie, you know that you can shield your energy. You can say today is the day. Even if you don't have time to meditate, you guys, you can always shield your energy. You can, before I even do anything in the morning, typically before I even talk to my man, before I even like give my doggy good morning snuggles, I will just like quick like, you're shielded. Like I'll just say like, today I'm protected in the love and light. Like I believe the words I speak. And I know that the words I speak are heard by God, source, universe, creator, whatever you want to call it here at Lindsay with Love. And so if I say those words, I am protected today in the love and light, then I must be protected today in the love and light, which means no lower vibrations can come to me. And if they do come to me for whatever reason, I have a choice. I always have a choice. Do I entertain them and add fuel to the fire, which is what the most low vibrational people want, attention? Or do I just simply ignore it, block the person, and keep on marching forward? And typically I simply ignore it, block the person, and keep on moving forward. In fact, I never engage. I never engage. Like low vibrational people do not have access to my energy. It just is what it is. Now, if you are feeling like you're in a low vibrational kind of chaotic energetic state and you choose to come hang out with me so you can flip your energy to a high vibrational state, well then of course you have access to my energy. That's what I'm helping you do, right? But just randos on the internet trying to drag me down, no. I'm not your girl. I'm not the one. Ground, shield, protect. Yep. Ground, center, shield. You got it. VIP Deborah says, I shield my energy at least 3 times a day. Yeah, you could do like morning, noon, and night, breakfast, lunch, dinner type vibes. VIP Jamie says, Catherine, absolutely, I'm stepping into mentor roles and empathy is so helpful. Yeah, it is. It is for mentorship roles. Sympathy, my friend, don't let their lower energy affect yours. Well, what about both, right? What about both? Because empathy is actually a very powerful tool and it's a very powerful skill set to have. I'm very empathetic, which means I'm very connected to people. And we're all connected, but like HSP, highly sensitive, super connected, super like I can read you. And that's a superpower in almost any situation. Because if you can read somebody and if you can trust your read, then you have the opportunity to shift the energy of the conversation, shift the energy of the room, get the heck out of there if you have to. Like the guy chasing me with the mask, right? So I think there's a nice combination of both. Just utilize them appropriately. Yeah, exactly, Jamie says. Yep. VIP Deborah says, I'm centered, I'm grounded, I'm shielded, I'm protected in the love and light. You've got it. Exactly. All right. So should we keep going on this energetic conversation? We've gone down a little bit of different paths this morning, but this is also called flow state. Now, actually, this is perfect. It's a perfect segue. Do you see what just happened here? We were talking about flow state, and conversations were going in the chat. And we started to flow with them, and I was starting to answer questions, and I was starting to inspire, I hope, and remind you how powerful you are, and kind of talk about different things. And now we're back to talking about flow state. This is a flow. We just flowed together. We like woo-wayed it up. We collaborated in this beautiful conversation. So that's how flow state, I love flow state, Sid says, yeah, that's how flow state feels. But now say you want to do it on your own. How do you start it? Well, I would say step one is ask your higher self. If you've never talked to your higher self, just say hello, good morning. You want to do it right now? Go ahead and do it. Hey, higher self, good morning. I love you. I really love you. You're an extension of me, and you're an extension of God, Source, Universe, Creator. I love you. I do. My higher self is saying I love you back. Oh, maybe we should have a conversation with Lindsay's higher self right now. And then you say something like, higher self, what should I do right now? What's the best action for me to take today to move me one step closer toward my dream reality? That's a good question. Your higher self is going to nudge you out of your own comfort zone because your higher self knows best. You don't know best. Your higher self knows best. So your higher self is going to say, you got to do this. You got to go do the damn thing already. That's like I tell myself all day, every day. I'm like, Lindsay, do the damn thing already. Just do it. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Just go do it. Right? Your higher self isn't going to tell you like, oh, fold the laundry later tonight. Your higher self is going to say, first you're going to get up, you're going to go make your bed. I haven't made my bed yet. You're going to get up. I want to be on time for my show. Get up, you're going to go make the bed. You're going to put all the dishes away because there's some drying on the counter. And from there, you're going to fold the laundry in the, from last night. I have laundry from last night I'm going to fold. My higher self will always, by the way, instruct me to get my, my house in a nice order. That's step one, always, every day in my life. So if it's not in a nice order and I'm feeling a little bit like chaotic and I ask my higher self will say like laundry, this, 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 this. Why? Because when you have energetic order within your home, everything's put away, things are folded nicely, things are clean. You know, the shades and the blinds are open. I haven't opened my blinds in my living room yet. Good morning. I like to say good morning to the city. I say good morning to my plants. When that happens, now I'm in a state where I can really flow. The energy flows throughout the house. It really flows, right? Step two, after that happens, my higher self will typically say like, write your email. Write your email for tomorrow, get it scheduled so you don't think about it anymore. And then step three is usually like something along the lines of like TikToks or scripting or video creation. And that's like the flow state. It's not that hard. Now, the thing is, when you think you're smarter than your higher self, that's where you're going to get into some hangups. And when your higher self is urging you to do something, nudging you to do something, and you think that you're smarter than your higher self and you ignore that, that is where suffering begins. Because you are resisting the goodness that your higher self is leading you toward. And what is suffering other than resisting your normal state of being, the state of being that you were born into this world with, which is a high vibration, which is openness, which is abundance, which is love and compassion, right? Worthiness. Worthiness. There's nothing you have to do to prove you're worthy. You are, right? So anytime you start to feel that kind of suffering, you know, perhaps I'm going against the grind. And like, why? You're just making shit harder for yourself. That's kind of silly. Let me get caught up in the comments. Holy cow. All right, Sid says, I love flow state. VIP Catherine says, notice you started to question it with your ego, but you brought it back to yourself. I don't know. That was so too long ago. I was kind of just channeling right there. Excuse me. What does she say to that? Sid, oh boy, can you guys, if you're asking me questions, can you like repeat what the questions are for? Because like I was just flowing and like that was kind of like a bit of a channeling. When I channel, it's kind of like flow and you don't really, you lose track of time, what you're saying almost, but it's healthy. Like you know that it's positive and it's impactful, right? VIP Jewel says, oof, you just made two to make it true. My dishes and my laundry, Wi-Fi went out, so I can't work for now. VIP Jewel says, okay, and I thought there was going to be more, but that was that. VIP Jamie says letting go of cynicism and doubt is important. Amen to that. VIP Deborah says get your house out of order, but getting their house out of order, but getting there with flow state. Yeah, put the house in order. Clean up your desk. You know, my desk, I'm gonna wipe it down today because it's getting pretty dusty, but it's in order. Like everything is where it's meant to be. So you've got to clean up your space so you can tap in. So getting in flow state is easy. Start by asking the first question, what do I need to do today? What's the one thing I should do today that's moving me closer toward my dreams? And then go do it. And if it's really scary, still do it. Like nobody does something new and it's not scary. Every single person has the same scary feeling. They just do it because they know that the way to eliminate fear is to face it, right? Eliminating fear is the only way to eliminate it is to face it. And then all of a sudden you do and you're like, well, that wasn't that scary. Like, what the heck? All right. Am I just talking to myself? I mean, yeah, LOL, but do it. Well, yeah, but your higher self is like so brilliant. VIP Jewel says, I said, and higher self just said, time to fold and put away laundry and dishes. Yep, time to do it. Also, I learned this. We can go back to kind of time management. I saw this on a TikTok post and I was like, this is actually brilliant. They said, if it takes 1 minute or 2 minutes to do something and you have it on your mind at the moment, do it. If it takes like 10 minutes to 15 minutes to do something and it's on your mind, do it. If it's going to be like a sit down, like I need an hour to like map this out, plan time for it, but write it on a piece of paper to take it off of your mental so you don't exhaust yourself, right? That's why Jim Rohn says, write it down, plan out your day, and then start your day so that you're not thinking about all the things you have to do throughout the day. It's on the paper. Like, you know what you have to do. It's on my paper. I know what I have to do. In fact, I added some more things. These aren't more things I have to do. These are just ways to enhance what I'm already doing so I blow up faster, so I can help more people in a faster way, right? I know what I'm going to do. Although I'm not going to do my 6,000 steps or walk for 1.5 hours today because I'm still like low energy. My energy is still a little bit like in disharmony. So I'm not going to do that because I know that'll just push me further into disharmony. VIP Jamie says, VIP Jules, for real, my biggest problem was feeling stupid, but that's the ego. You're not talking to yourself. I'm just taking it all in. Jamie says, because of my short attention span, I set 30-minute timers for house chores, 2 to 3 hours total. And then the game becomes, Jamie, can I do it faster? Like, I always think to myself, like, oh, these dishes are going to take me like 20 minutes to do. And I will look at the timer on the clock and then I'll be like, I can do them in 10. Like, I can go fast. I'm not a slow dishwasher. And I will just start washing and it's like, I'm done in 6 minutes. So you think that things take, like, it's interesting. We think certain things take a lot longer than they actually do, whereas other things we think we can get done very quickly and they take longer. That's my biggest problem. I think I can do certain things super fast. And while I can do them kind of fast, I still am like, right? The June horoscopes, like, come on. I had 2 more to film last night and there was just like, I was done. The light was gone, the day was over. So sometimes that happens too. VIP Jamie says, just so I can assure myself I put my energy into that today. Yeah. Well, yeah, so that's why I have this little sheet. I'll show it to you guys again. It's my investment sheet. It's my time investment sheet. Because I know that I do have to like work in this matrix of time. I'm not in flow state all day, every day. That's kind of unrealistic. There are things that are gonna pull me out of flow state. A text message that I need to respond to. Now, if you want to stay in flow state, oh, I was like, where's my phone? Hello, I'm talking on it. If you want to stay in flow state for a certain amount of time, then all electronics need to go. Every single device that somebody could ping you, communicate with you, whatever needs to go. Unless, of course, it's like you're working on your computer. And if that is the case, 1 tab should be open and that is it. So if you're researching something or you're working on typing something out, it's like your Word document is open and 1 computer tab. That is it. That is the one way to make sure you remain in flow state. You tell the people that you are living with, whatever, hey, I'm going to work on this for an hour. I need 1 hour. Do not talk to me. Do not interrupt me. I'm asking you, please. This is a boundary I'm setting, please. Right? And the person should respect it. Like, I would hope that you're living with respectful people that honor your time and your energy and your creativity. So that's like a boundary, right? But this is my time investment sheet, and I write down the investment and I write about how much time to invest in it. And I would assume that, like, assuming I invest the right amount of time and the energy in these things. And by the way, these investments are like either emails, YouTube, or TikToks. That's it, or writing for my emails, YouTubes, and TikToks. And those investments are all moving me toward my goal of reaching more people. If I put out more content, I reach more people, right? So like don't get stuck in like being busy, being doing things equals achievement. Jim Rohn says that. Don't get stuck in like doing something equals achievement. It doesn't. Like writing lists is not you achieving anything. Writing the list and then you taking action toward that list, assuming the list has things that are moving you toward your goal, that's you achieving something. So don't get caught up in this idea like just because I'm busy, I'm like moving forward in life. Actually, I hate being busy. I don't want to be busy. I want to be productive. I want to put this YouTube video out. It reaches a shit ton of people because I did it the right way. And inside of that YouTube video, I've promoted something about the Cosmic Collective or some way I can help you otherwise, and I've pinned it. And so because of that, it's marketing material. But it's not marketing, just marketing material. It is marketing material and it is helping you, right? So double whammy, I win. And I just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And eventually it just grows, right? So let's see, let me get caught up with the comments. Thank you, VIP Jules, for the rainbow mini star. Yes, I'm putting Jupiter Cancer videos out today, VIP Jamie. Ooh, oh, let's see. Holy cow, there's a lot of new comments. Okay. Wow, you guys. Okay, wow, let me get caught up. VIP Catherine says to Annette, I've always talked to myself. Now I've known it's just me talking to me. Yeah, exactly. Talking to yourself. I think it's like weird when people are like, why are you talking to yourself? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I am my best hype person. Like, nobody talks to me the way I talk to me. And like, wouldn't it be like weird not to hype yourself up? Wouldn't it be weird not to be your best cheerleader? Wouldn't it be odd to like, if you are talking to yourself, say weird shit, like negative shit? I'm like, go girl, Lindsay, you're so awesome. I look myself in the mirror, I'm like, you're so pretty. Look at your beautiful long hair. Like, sometimes it's kind of ego and vain, but like also like look good, feel good, confidence, right? And sometimes I'll tell myself like, you got this, just keep going. You're brilliant. Like, oh my gosh, that was awesome. Wow, you did that so fast. Like, great job. Like all day, I'm telling myself that. Who else is going to? Maybe if I call my grandma, she'll be like, great job, right? My man, but like not all day, every day. He's working too, he's busy. He's got things to do. VIP Heather says, VIP Jamie, we're working on getting and staying in that flow state. We can do it, yep. VIP Jewel says, Waze replied, I'm just, ooh. Oh, VIP Jewel says, I shared before, I think, my mom always talked to her, said, and my dad would make fun of her. Wait, what? Herself. Okay. And I always replied, I'm just having an intelligent conversation. Yeah, exactly, right? By the way, when you connect with your higher self, you will never be bored in life. I don't know how people are bored. When someone's like, I'm so bored, I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean you're bored? Like, what do you do? Like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just so bored. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a billion things we could do right now. Like, you want me to tell you? Right? I'm like, we could start this side hustle. We could do this. We could write this book. We could do this course. We could do da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Beck says, that's a great game to get things done. I'm going to do that instead of ADD paralysis. It's now a game. Yeah, it's a game. Like, how quickly can I fold this laundry? And not to like burn yourself out, by the way, because like say you gave yourself, okay, for example, you could do it one of two ways. I would do the first way if you're just starting the game. This is something like this. Okay, my daily email, I give myself 10 minutes to do. 10 minutes to write my daily email, which you might think that's a long time to write a daily email, but like I'm trying to make my emails entertaining, inspiring, and educational. So to put all of that together, sometimes I'm like creatively thinking and like whatever, right? But say I got my email done in 7 minutes. Did I just give myself 3 minutes back in time? Yeah, technically, right? I did. So if you're just starting off with this game to avoid burnout, because burnout is a real energetic thing, you could say, I gave myself 3 minutes back in time, which means for 3 minutes, I get to scroll on TikTok or wherever you want to scroll or read a part of your book, like whatever you want to do, but 3 minutes only, right? And then say I'm doing my TikToks and it took 30 minutes. It took 25 minutes and I gave myself 30. Same thing, right? Now, if you didn't want to do that, sorry, I need to plug my phone in. If you wanted to expand time, if you want to be a time bender, you would just go to the next thing, go to the next thing, go to the next thing. Because flow state is just you going to the next thing, going to the next thing, going to the next thing. You're not going to wear yourself out in flow state, by the way, because you're honoring your energy the whole time. That's kind of how you get into it too, is being aware and also honoring your energy. Because if you don't honor your energy, you're just going to burn out because you're pushing with human effort. Flow state is like, this is what you can accomplish today, so let's go do it. And then you're done at a reasonable hour, right? You're done 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever, a reasonable hour, and you feel so accomplished and you don't feel drained. You still have energy to have a nice family dinner and talk to your kids. You still have energy to read a book, study something that you want to learn. You still have energy to go out to dinner, to meet somebody new, go on a date, like whatever it is you're doing in the evening, right? VIP Deborah says, I come out of flow states and I don't even know where my phone is. Yeah, that's because the phone goes away in flow state. It's best if you just put it somewhere else or turn it like face down so you can't see anything coming through. And I think people that respect you, people that really respect you, what you're doing with your life, are not going to be upset that you perhaps miss their call or miss their message. And sometimes I'll text my man, like if like say he's at work today and I'm going to go, like I'm going to start filming, I'll text him and say, hey babe, I'm going to be filming for the next like 3 hours. So just an FYI if I don't reply to you, because like I want to be loyal to him. Like I want him to be able to rely on me if he needs me like ASAP, right? So if there's people that you need to say, hey, FYI, I'm doing this, so you're not freaking out that I'm not replying to you, you just do that. You just shoot a quick text. It's like 2 seconds, right? And then you drop in. VIP Catherine says to Bex, yes, this is the key with little kids when learning. Competition equals momentum. They don't complain, but rather jump at being the fastest. Yeah, exactly. Lala says, by the way, I'm obsessed with your chart analysis for Libra this month, the way you broke down each week. You are! Thank you, Lala, for that. Thank you. I was wondering if people were going to like it or hate it or maybe in between. So I appreciate you letting me know that you enjoyed it. I'm going to keep going like that because I had a lot of fun creating them. Like a lot of fun. It was like the fastest I've ever created videos, and it's just easier because the chart is there and it's like reading a book versus like not having the chart and like trying to go through everything with like my notes. It was way easier. I was like, oh, why didn't I do this sooner? VIP Catherine says to Jules, yes, she was having a convo with the smartest person in the room. You guys are so cute. I love it. VIP Deborah says, I've talked to myself all my life in my mind and out loud. VIP Jules says, and honestly, she really was. VIP Jamie says, people are taught to not hype themselves up. Yeah, because it's shameful, be humble, blah, blah. I was taught that. I was taught to be like a humble, hard worker who didn't complain about anything and like want more for your life, but not so much that like everyone else feels like they aren't successful. But like, that's all bullshit. Literally, that's so dumb. And I'm not like playing by those rules. I do not have time not to talk nice to myself. If we're gonna really believe that time is real, then none of you have time to talk shit to yourselves. You don't. You are way better than that. You know that you're better than that. So tap in and stand in that highest standard for yourself. And if other people are uncomfortable because you have entered into a frequency of very high standards for yourself, then let them be uncomfortable. That is really not your problem. It really isn't. Anyone that is upset that you've grown, that you've transcended, that you've evolved in your awareness, in your emotional intelligence, in your bank account, in your body. However, anyone that is upset by that, like, questionable if you want to be spending time with that person, right? Questionable. Shouldn't you be celebrating my success, my achievements? Literally, I will celebrate anybody. I will. People like will write to me on my TikTok videos about how like I was saying like XYZ, or they're like, I'm up for a promotion or I'm up for a raise, or I just had an interview and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sending you all the best energy. I hope you get exactly what it is you desire. I really hope you get it. And then they'll come back like weeks later and they'll be like, I got the job, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hell yeah, congratulations. And it's genuine from my soul. And then I saw today on TikTok as well, somebody was like, just so you know, people that love their lives are not judging you. They're not judging yours. And I was like, that is real, because I love my life and I just don't, like, I don't have time to like worry about what everybody else is doing. I'm just going to celebrate your success and keep it moving because I love my life. I really like, I'm sure you're doing great too, right? Sit down, be humble, right? Like Kendrick Lamar tells us. VIP Catherine says, people have said the same thing to me, and that's the reply I gave them. Be humble. Yeah, exactly, Jamie. Be humble. Yes, bored, Lala. Katie S says, your brain never wants to be wrong, so if you tell good things about yourself, it'll believe it. Yeah, it's called subconscious reprogramming, right? It's reprogramming. I used to hate it when people would say you're like a computer. And I'm like, but now I'm like, well, you're kind of like a computer. Maybe like, I don't know, a very beautiful computer. And you can program anything into your computer that you want. So you get to choose. Do you want to be beautiful? Do you want to be shining bright? Do you want to exude an aura of confidence and openness and vulnerability and relatability and joy and happiness? Or do you want to program crap? And by the way, there's kind of like a corporate lingo around like data, and they say like junk in, junk out, like crap data in, crap data out. So like there's a lot of times when you start like a project, you have to clean up the data, which means streamline the data and like make sure it's all talking to each other nicely so that you get really good results when you're computing, right? It's the same with your mind. Crap in, crap out. Crap into your mind, I suck, I can't do it, I'm not good enough. Guess what? That's the energy you're gonna exude, and people's auras speak to each other before our voices do. So people already know, especially if they're highly aware and they're very energetically connected, how you feel about yourself before you even tell them. And insecurities are loud, so eventually you're gonna tell them, right? And then you tell them and they're like, yeah, okay, of course. And then things don't go your way with that relationship or whatever, and you wonder why, and it's like, well, you're exuding that you like don't have respect for yourself or like are low value or whatever, which is not the case. Every single one of you is deserving and worthy because you exist. You're alive. That's the only requirement. And even when you're not like in this physical body, your energy is still worthy. So that's not even the requirement. Like there's no requirement for worthiness, right? Mic drop, VIP Jewel says. Andrea, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Deja vu right now, deja vu. Ooh, VIP Deborah, tell me more. I love a good deja vu story. I had deja vu yesterday. I was like, I already did this. VIP Jamie says to Katie, reverse psychology yourself. Amen to that. Catherine says to Katie, VIP Catherine says, our subconscious doesn't know the difference. Tell it all good. You're going to start to see all good. Yep. Do not disturb works wonders for family friends that forget or don't listen. Yes, I love the YouTube breakdown. I'm going to go back and watch it all month as I go through it. Ooh, I love that, Catherine. VIP Catherine. VIP Jamie says, agree. Mic drop. VIP Jewel says, I don't even know what I said. Second that. Almost 10,000 likes. VIP Jamie says, tap that screen. You guys are so sweet to me. The human body is the most intelligent being on this earth. Yes, the body will speak to you if you will listen. Thank you for the confetti, VIP Jewels. Lala says, love the Libra reading with a chart review. Thank you for that, Lala. VIP Catherine says, yes, my aura brought a high vibe stranger to me and she sat with me and our energy connected. Oh, how beautiful. You'll have to share the story inside the Cosmic Collective if you want. If you want. So we can keep talking time management. I'll go through like, oh, there was one other thing I wanted to share as well. So I have my notes here, so that's why I remembered. Which was one of Jim Rohn's tricks. He says, write down what it is you want to talk about so that you remember. So here I am. In the book, The Teachings of Don Juan by Carlos Castaneda, I'm on book 4, finally. It took me a while to finish book 3 because I was reading different books at the same time, which is like good and bad. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I do it. And so I finished book 3, and I'm so glad I did because I was like, oh my gosh, I remember why I like love this series. And so now I'm in book 4. And Don Juan keeps telling Carlos that he needs to stop the world. He needs to learn how to stop the world. He needs to learn how to see past his physical limitations, to stop being so in the physical with his senses that he can transcend and start to basically follow his intuition and I think connect with his higher self is what I'm thinking. But he keeps talking about stopping the world. And I do believe, and I think that's a beautiful confirmation around like stopping the world. In other words, like releasing yourself from this like time construct. Are you ever going to run out of time? I think the only time you run out of time is when you have a desire and you don't take action toward it. And then in that case, like, well, the physical body, we're all going to go at some point. Like, let's just be real with what it is. That's part of our beingness, right? It's part of our reality. Is all things are either growing or dying. And so I think the only way that there is like this idea of like running out of time is if you just are not taking action at all. If you're so paralyzed in fear that you're just stagnant, and stagnation causes entropy, and entropy is basically like a dissolving and weakening of your manifesting power. So can you run out of time? Perhaps. If you're not doing anything to create your reality, then yeah. Remember, thoughts, speech, emotions, action. Take action. You cannot meditate your whole new reality into existence. Does meditation help? Yeah, because it sets your internal energy right, and your internal energy will start to shift. But there's still other actions that have to be taken. You want the love of your life? You got to go start going on dates. Like, realistically. Unless your parents are like putting you in an arranged marriage, like, you've got to put yourself out there, right? You want to have a nicer, healthier body, you got to start managing the food that you're consuming, start managing your physical body, the motions you're doing in the day. I'm going to start doing like this mobility, like squatting and like hip mobility and stuff. I found this person on YouTube and I'm like really interested in it. But it's like very simple, right? You want more money, you got to start promoting your business. Like, those are the actions to take. Take the right actions. Don't just take like silly actions that aren't getting you any closer. Like talking to somebody about it, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this amount of money and this amount of money for like an hour, is actually not you taking action toward making more money. It is you talking to your friend, right? So we got to get right with ourselves and really real with ourselves. Journaling and Wave, thank you for putting it out on Teachable. You're welcome for that, VIP Deborah. I have news for the Cosmic Collective. I can't wait to hear it, Lala. Drop in your news. Okay, so what else? I think that's about it. There's one other thing that I thought was pretty interesting, which was actually really smart. He says around like time management, this is Jim Rohn again, he says, learn to study your majors and your minors. So is this like a minor? Now he's talking like sales prospects, but let's just take it generally speaking. Is this something major that I have to put a ton of time into? Or is this something minor that I can just like boom, boom, done? Emails, although my emails I think are major in a sense that the more people that I get on my email list, the more people I can positively impact every single day through an inspiring, educational, and informative message, right? It's also a sales tool that I can send out and say, would you like to join the Cosmic Collective today? Would you like your astrology report? Would you like to become a Reiki healer through my teachings? Like, there's plenty of things I can say in my emails, right? So although it is major as far as impact, the time to create them is minor. It does not have to be something that I'm like taking a week to draft. 10 minutes. 10 minutes is what I give myself. YouTube videos, a little bit more major as far as a time investment. Why? Because I know that a good thumbnail, a well-created hook, a nice script, a request inside to subscribe to my channel, an offer that is free to bring people into my email funnel are all imperative to having a really good YouTube video that is going to bring me closer toward my goal of building out Lindsay with Love and helping impact people in a positive way, helping transform people's lives. So it's actually major, which gets more time, right? So learn majors and minors. Your videos are perfect for me because of the timestamps. I was wondering if people noticed that I had timestamps in the descriptions. I was thinking maybe I should put them in the comments as well. Or at least let people know while I'm talking, like, hey, there's timestamps in the comments below, or in the description box below. I think I'll say that from now on, so people know. Because I recognize some people don't want to hear me talk for 30 minutes, but some people do. All right, love the timestamps, VIP Brenda says. Thank you for that. Let's get our journals out. Let's manifest together and then get on the energetic wave. I feel very proud of myself, although I should have probably stopped talking 10 minutes ago. Whatever. Whatever. I'm having fun and we're in flow state. I know it's super helpful when I'm in a rush. Thank you for that, VIP Jules. Thanks for confirming, you guys. I appreciate your feedback. I really do. VIP Catherine says, yes, say it. If they aren't used to TikTok, they may think to look in the comments. That's true. I will say it. Oh no, I'm talking timestamp. Are you talking on YouTube timestamps? I also have an update for good things. Ooh, VIP Deborah, another update for all good things. For those of you that are in Cosmic Collective, if you're reading my weekly newsletters, you know that I'm shouting you guys out. I'm so freaking proud. I'm celebrating XYZ people inside the Cosmic Collective. Now, I'm not gonna say your whole name, and a lot of the times I'm like bleeping, like I'm like black, like what is it called? Like I'm like taking out kind of maybe personal information, your full name, your name, whatever. But if it's like something really good, I'm gonna say like congratulations to you. You guys are like part of my ability to promote what we're doing inside, that I can truly help change your lives. So please keep going. How do I get on your email list? VIP Brenda says, oh boy. There's actually only really one way to get on my email list. You can go to lindsaywithlove.com and take the manifesting power quiz. It'll pop up. Or you can go to the bottom of my, actually, hold on. I kind of need to do some adjusting here. You can go to lindsaywithlove.com, scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, and it says free frequency guide to common illnesses. You enter your first name and your email, and it says get the guide, and you can click that button, and now you're on my email list. And not just on my email list, but you get a free guide to frequencies that you can search on YouTube. Say you have a headache, what frequency do I listen to resolve my headache? Say you have cramps, what frequency do I listen to resolve my cramps? Say you have low back pain, whatever, like on and on and on it goes. So you can do that. All right, let's go, you guys. Get your journals out. This is Dr. James Doty, neurosurgeon, proved that we manifest, our body shifts physically. Physically, we change energetics when we are manifesting. We leave the sympathetic nervous system, enter into the parasympathetic. Ooh, Jamie says, I need that. Well, go get it, girl. It's free. You're already on my email list, so it's not like you're like going to be spammed or anything, right? It's at the very bottom of my page, lindsaywithlove.com, in the footer. So he says we leave the fear state, we enter into the state of love. Step one is to write down what it is you desire. I say add in your 5 senses so we can manifest easier in step 4. So step 1 is, I vividly see myself interviewing interesting people. By the way, if you want to, I'm creating a series, or I don't know, maybe I'm creating a talk show. I don't really know what I'm creating. I'm just starting. But I'm interviewing people that have had very powerful spiritual experiences. Now, if you are inside the Cosmic Collective, the conversation does not have to be about the Cosmic Collective. I really want to make that clear. The conversation can be about something that happened in your childhood. It can be about your background, your culture, how you were raised with certain like energetics or ideas. I was raised Catholic. I didn't get taught this stuff. I learned it through my awakening, right? So we're talking things like that. Maybe if you've had like a really cool experience around like ETs or something paranormal or like literally whatever. Think like George Norrie Coast to Coast. Think, I can't remember the other names, but if you watch Gaia, think about like those talk shows, okay? I'm excited too, VIP Jamie. I'm excited for everybody that's already volunteered, but please like keep in mind it does not have to be like the Cosmic Collective transformed my life. Like it doesn't have to be like promo material. It's simply a conversation because you have an interesting story to share around your energy, your knowingness, your knowledge of the spiritual world, of whatever, right? All right, so I vividly see myself interviewing interesting people. I'm already seeing, what do you see? And I hear myself having an informative, transformative, and empowering conversation. So maybe you want to think about it that way, like informative, transformative, empowering. That's what I'm here to do, right? Empower you. And I feel, so I've already heard myself, I see, and now I'm feeling, and I feel so proud and fulfilled that I'm helping so many people heal and manifest their best lives. By the way, you guys, so write down what it is you desire. I have gained like, this used to be that I was writing down that I'm getting monetized on YouTube, right? I have gained like, just in my horoscope videos alone, maybe like 10 new YouTube subscribers in the last couple of days. Now, had I had them out earlier, maybe it would be better, but I'm going to do it on time for July. I'm going to start putting out other kind of like evergreen videos as well. So I think that will help with my subscriber increase. That used to be what I was writing down, but I know it's on the way, so I stopped writing it down. Now I started talking about how I'm seeing myself interviewing people. And I have 3 people already that want to be interviewed and like have the conversation, right? So it's already like here. It's already here. It's just a matter of like setting up a date and like a conversation and see what's going on. VIP Jamie says, I feel like the CC is worth the shout out. It is life-changing. Well, that's very sweet of you, Jamie. Yeah, if you want to talk about it a little bit, and you know, I'm gonna set up like some, a bit of a questionnaire, like What's the story? How many parts can we do this in? Like Jamie, I feel like yours could be like 2 parts. VIP Deborah, yours could be like probably 3, between like what you were doing as a child, the in between, maybe like 2 parts, right? Now your Reiki practice and like helping somebody feel after a stroke. Like these are serious conversations. And the more that we can share these stories, and it's multiple different stories and multiple different people, the more it expands out to people, and people say like, if that person can do it, so can I. Like you have no idea who's gonna be inspired by your story, right? And I think that's the biggest part of it all. We came here to collaborate with each other, to be a collective, and to teach each other and help each other grow out of something. And our challenges just make us stronger. They're just opportunities for growth. Hello there, I'm here from the Philippines. Well, welcome. Hello, thank you for being here. All right. I told my husband he needs to interview with you. He has some crazy stories. Oh my gosh, I would love that. VIP Jules, I would love that. If he wants to share. Now remember, like these are going on the internet. Like, so if you're ready and willing to share your story, please. But if you're not, like no pressure, right? I can see that stage presence coming for all of us, VIP Deborah says. Okay, step 2 and step 3 is read it silently and read it out loud. So do that now. Do that now. I'm so proud of you guys inside of the Cosmic Collective, and I'm so proud of everyone that's coming back here or learning from me in some way, because you're tapping into your energetic power. Yours, not Lindsay's, not VIP Deborah's, yours. And that's where the manifesting strength really comes from. VIP Catherine says to VIP Deborah, yes, and this public speaking teacher can help those who need it. VIP Jewel says, he said he would need to think about it, lots of paranormal and ET. Okay, no pressure. But if he wants and if he's ready, I'm more than ready and willing to listen and just like let him share his truth. How exciting. Let's go, Lindsay. I'm excited. He's a magnet, I swear. I am so excited for like how I'm excited for this moment right now, but I'm so just like for how the rest of my story is going to unfold. I really don't know how it's going to unfold, but I'm going to keep following these nudges and just see. Because like, who knows? I'm not trying to be Oprah. I'm not trying to be Ellen. I'm not even trying to be George Norrie. I'm trying to be Lindsay, but also like bring a lot of this to light. And the beauty of it, right? The true beauty of like who we are outside of just this. And I feel like I have like the ability to do it. I feel like I have like the energetic presence to do it. And I think that's why I'm so excited, because for the first time in my life, I do feel like really, really, really good. Like I can do this. I have no doubt in my mind. And I don't know if I could have said that 2 years ago or even maybe a year ago. But like now I'm like, oh yeah, like I can do that. It's no problem. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, you do, VIP Jewel says. Okay, step 4 is to visualize. He says visualize, Dr. James Doty. I say, let's act out the scene. You know what you're hearing, you know what you're seeing, you know what you're feeling, maybe you know what you're smelling or tasting even. So put your hands on, get your hand chakras going. Hands on the heart, closing the eyes, feet flat on the ground, breathing into the front of the heart, through the nose, and on the exhale, release the energy through the heart, through the nose. Breathing into the front of the heart chakra, receiving breath, receiving love from God, Source, Universe, Creator, opening up the heart chakra, big, 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 wide, 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 touch the central sun. And on the exhale, we receive the energy from the central sun. We release any little dust bunnies through the heart space as we're exhaling through the nose. But we're also giving, right? We're giving our light. Instead of thinking about like how you can receive more money, how about think about like, how can I shine my light brighter? How can I make a better or more positive impact for the world, right? Something like that. Breathing into the front of the heart chakra one more time, opening it up, big, 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 wide, 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 accepting the love in. And on the exhale, you're receiving light from the central sun to your heart space. You're also giving your light and releasing any little tensions, dust bunnies, if you need to, out of the front of the heart. Bringing your awareness and your attention to the back of the heart chakra, breathing into the back of the heart chakra, exhaling the energy through the back of the heart chakra, breathing into the back of the heart chakra, big, 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 opening up, wide, 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 touch the central sun, and on the exhale, receiving the energy of the central sun to your heart, releasing any little dust bunnies out of the back of the heart chakra, but also shining your light brighter. One more deep breath on your own to the back. Letting it go. Out of the back. You might feel tingling in your back. And now you're going to act out a scene, whatever that looks like for you. So for me, I'm interviewing somebody. I'm just going to turn my chair that indicates like the interview has started. I'm going to just talk to them quietly, like fake talk. But what are you doing? Move your body with the scene. Move your body with the scene. And that's it. That's all you have to do. It's literally all you have to do. Tap in. You know what you're hearing. You know what you're seeing. I was seeing Jamie just because Jamie was kind of the last person to comment. And I was talking to Jamie and I was like, Jamie, thanks for being here. I was sharing Jamie's background and kind of giving the audience an introduction to her energy. Jamie has a beautiful story, as do all of you inside of the Cosmic Collective. And I was like, that's really awesome. That's like amazing. And I said, thank you for sharing. Thanks for being here. And then I went back to the camera and I was like, I can't wait to promote. I told her I can't wait to promote this. I can't wait to cross promote it. It's going to be awesome. And that was it. So easy. Can't wait to hear them. VIP Deborah says, I know. I cannot wait. Because I think the power is everybody has like the spiritual journey is like very individual, right? Very individual. However, when you think about like challenges that people have faced, a lot of us have faced or are facing like similar moments of growth, moments of transformation. So when you share your story, it inspires other people. I love to share my story about how I was programmed for like to be poor, to live in a poverty mindset. That was my programming. Pissed me off. I was like, why would my parents tell me, like, what the hell? Like, why would you tell me this, right? But that's how they were programmed and whatever. So when I realized that and I reprogrammed myself, like that feels so good. So I like to talk about that. I like to talk about the fact that I was born and raised in a town of 4,000 people in a farming community. Like how the hell I got to Los Angeles to be a buyer, fashion buyer. How the hell I did like what I've done is like just through giant leaps of faith and like trust in myself, trust in my intelligence and my energy. Doesn't make sense. Like how I escaped the corporate world and now I'm here doing this with you. I like to talk about my spiritual awakening. People are like, what is Kundalini? Why is my body shaking in meditation? I'm like, it's your energy. Just like let it flow, right? Who cares? You want to be interviewed, but you feel like you don't know your own story yet. Oh my gosh, Jules, I feel like you have a really powerful story already, and it's still unfolding. And Jules, holy shit, you're Capricorn rising, right? Really quickly, when you listen to the Capricorn monthly, which I'm going to be posting soon, like right after this, I'm going to finish editing and post it. Oh my gosh. I feel like when I was filming it, I was like, I swear Jules is Cap rising. And I was like, holy cow, this is super exciting. So I'm excited. VIP Deborah says you'll need to do an interview on yourself as well so people are understanding of how this began. Oh, that's a good idea. Like, this is who I am. I've never done a story like that. Like, if you've never been here before, this is who I am. This is like what has happened for me and like whatever. But geez, like, yeah, I have a bunch of stories. A lot of very young age, like you have been a healer your whole life. You have felt energy your whole life. You just didn't know it type of vibes. And a lot of like, I was introduced to people transitioning at a very young age as well from like very traumatic experiences. So there's that. So yeah, I think so. I've been waiting for it. VIP Jules, really? Oh, for the Cap one. Yeah, okay. So my Cap rising. Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. I'm excited. I still need to film Aquarius and Pisces, but they'll all be done today, I promise. Let's get on the energetic wave. Get your hand chakras moving and grooving. Oh, actually, we don't really need to do that. Putting the feet flat on the floor, palms facing up to receive. Deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it go out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Letting it go. One more deep breath in. On the breath, can you feel the energy going up the entire chakra system to your crown? And on the exhale, letting it go. Do you wash the energy down the front of the body? Maybe you are going to join the Cosmic Collective today. Maybe you are going to post inside of the Cosmic Collective today something really powerful. Maybe you are going to declare something new for yourself. Maybe you are going to play with time. See if you can tap into flow state, talk to your higher self, whatever it is you are going to do today. Do something energetic and powerful for yourself. The more that you take these like energetic steps for yourself in your day-to-day life, the more it becomes your everyday life, and the more every single day becomes very magical. And you're like, how is it that people are not excited to be alive, right? Because to be alive is so extraordinary. It really is. So placing one hand on the solar plexus, one hand on your heart, repeating these words out loud if you can and only silently if you must. The words you speak have serious power. So say these words with conviction from your solar plexus, love and intention from your heart space, and be mindful of the words that you're speaking when you're not hanging out with me. I am strong, and I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. You guys, my man groomed Pippi this weekend, and she has a little mustache, and he got it finally for the first time in a long time, and her teethers are out. They're so cute. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. I am strong, and I created this reality. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. And why did I do it? Because I am worthy and deserving of it. And you take this thought, this idea, this reality you are creating, and you breathe it in, you pull it up the chakra system, giving it to God, Source, Universe, Creator, out of the crown, out of the top of the head, big, 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 wide, wide, wide. Touch the central sun with it. Take up energetic space. You are allowed to here. And on the exhale, you hold the vision, you hold the feeling. You know it's on the way. You're trusting your patient. It's here, it's here, it's here. You drop it into the root, bringing it down to earth, cementing it in a clockwise fashion. One more time, I'm doing it with you, breathing in. And on the exhale, you bring it down the chakra system, down the chakra system, down, 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 holding it, trusting, knowing you can create anything you desire, dropping it into the root, cementing it in a clockwise fashion. One more time. I am strong, and I created this reality. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. And why did I do it? Because I, say your name, Lindsay, am worthy and deserving of it. Woo! There we go. You are on the energetic wave, my friends. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. For those of you that want on my newsletter, lindsaywithlove.com, scroll to the bottom, get your free frequency guide to relieve common illnesses. You'll be on my newsletter and you'll be in my world a little bit more. For those of you that are waiting for your horoscope still, I absolutely promise you by the end of the day, hopefully by like mid-afternoon, they're going to be done, completely done. For those of you that want to join the Cosmic Collective and are not sure if it's time for you, if you have something in your heart, just follow it, give it a try. If you hate it, you can just quit, like leave. You don't have to stay. There's nothing forcing you. And for those of you who are ready to do anything else, learn your birth chart report, learn how to heal yourself energetically, become a Reiki master. I offer all those things at lindsaywithlove.com. Oh, by the way, we are manifesting together, Manifesting Club members. We manifest on Wednesday under the energy of the full moon in Sagittarius, I want to say. Full moon in Sag, I believe. Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join the Manifesting Club, go to lindsaywithlove.com, choose number 3. It's right in there. It's $11 a month. That's it. It's a subscription. Once you're in, you're in. You're part of the club. You can always cancel though. All right. Have a great day, you guys. Talk to you guys in the Cosmic Collective. I'm at my patient's house. See you all later. All right, VIP Jamie, have a great day. VIP Jules, we'll see you inside the Cosmic Collective. Proud of you, Lindsay. Those videos are amazing. Well, thank you for that, VIP Catherine. I'm proud of me, too. I really am. All right, you guys, have an amazing day. Goodbye to my YouTubers. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you guys on TikTok, and I'll see most of you inside the Cosmic Collective as well. Bye.